We have Helen Judge here, director of Detachable Penis. I like the kind of 80s music video aesthetic it had going on. Did the song come before the sort of the idea for the film, or were they sort of developed together?
They were developed together. I was sort of kind of messing around with Action Man and Barbie, and sort of I noticed he didn't have any genitalia, and Barbie was missing them as well, and I liked the sort of words that went with the song, so they kind of went together. They sort of seemed to go with each other.
Okay, thanks. Was there a lot of effort involved in kind of all this sort of found footage and found photographs that you used in the film?
It's kind of effort. You say?
Involved in kind of in finding it and sort of tracing it out and using it?
I kind of pleasure really. I quite like sort of going for looking at images and dragging them out. I was kind of very much interested in looking at sort of the idea of the image of the body and how it's culturally constructed an image. You know, the idea of pink for girls and blue for boys, and kind of playing with those sort of ideas. And so I do things like I'd search pink on the internet and I'd search blue and I'd see what came up, and I'd go with that.
Okay, great, thanks. Do you have any questions from the audience?
How long did it take to make it? How long did it take to make it?
Over time, I can't really remember really. I sort of really played with it. I enjoyed playing with images, you know, and seeing what happens. I'd sort of fiddle around. Sometimes I'd take images out and bring them in again and what have you. But yeah, I was very influenced as well by sort of this idea of castration theory. You know, like the Lacanian, or the sort of the symbolic order. You know, the binary, the sort of the fact that he's got one or he lacks, you know, the lack and castrate and prosthesis and all that sort of jazz. So I was kind of getting into that. And I like the idea that these guys had sung about this playfully in a comedic ways, because it's kind of it's an interesting subject matter. You know, it's quite deep in that way, but it's very funny in another.
I was going to ask, because I noticed that a lot of the time he's missing his head, and it comes off and he holds it in his hands. Was that a sort of a symbolic choice on your part?
Yeah, well, I found that's where I found his penis and his head inside his neck. But it was really funny. That I know, I just, well, yeah, it's
Do we have any anyone else in the audience? Gentleman right at the back.
Did you have Barbies and Kens when you were a child, or is this a later development? And if you did, did you think it shaped your future career?
No, I didn't. I didn't really have. I had a. I think I'm not sure whether I'm a bit old, so maybe Action Man's after. I don't know. I had a Tessie doll, but I don't know. Or no, I mean Barbie was sort of my era, but no, that wasn't sort of. It was more sort of looking at the sort of the iconic images of the body that we sort of really fed in the media, and that's how I started with that idea, really.
Helen Judge, thank you very much.
Thank you.